Hey, what's up, everybody? It's BDF44 again, coming at you with another video. Oh man, the Lakers. That was a bucket fest. Lakers played the Phoenix Suns tonight. I didn't get a chance to see the game, but I did watch the highlights in their entirety, and I'm telling you, that was a bucket fest. I know they don't show too many bricks on those highlights. You don't see too many missed coverages and things like that. They don't really show you what went wrong. They only show you the shots that were made. But I got to give credit to both teams. They were shooting lights out. Kyle Kuzma came through with the heroics on the end. Danny Green hit some huge shots. Uh, JaVale McGee had a really huge third quarter. I think that was the third quarter he was acting up. And I just saw a whole lot of good coming from LeBron James as usual. Hitting timely shots, things like that. He messed up on some weak side defensive plays that I was able to pick up on. Plays where I thought that he could have gave us a little more effort. He kind of got caught watching on some of those plays. I think this was one of those load management games for him where he doesn't do as much on the defensive end, but exerts himself when he needs to, because he does that about as well as anybody who's ever played this game. But honestly, I want to talk about the Phoenix Suns. About 2 years ago, they were about as much of a laughing stock in the league as anybody. They were poorly run. Uh, I'll never forget that the elderly lady that they had up there basically saying that Sarver was a disgrace. I'm paraphrasing, but she got up there and said he was a disgrace and needs to sell the team. And I think she lit a fire underneath that entire organization, because ever since then, ever since that very second, they've been making good decisions with their roster. And I noticed it midway through the season. I think it was last year. I believe it was last year. Midway through the season, they made a couple of little trades at the trade deadline, and I sat there and I was kind of scratching my chin, like, you know what, this doesn't look too bad. And then in the off season, they did some good things, and now we're looking at a roster that is just clicking on all cylinders. They got shooting all over the place. They have scoring where they need it. They got guys positioned in proper roles for their skill sets. This is a team that looks like a playoff team to me. And, you're talking about a quick turnaround with my Lakers. The Suns have had a quick turnaround as well, and they need to be given a whole lot of credit. Devin Booker signed a contract with that team. It didn't look like he was going nowhere. And now I'm very, very optimistic that this team is going to make the playoffs. They have playoff performers. That's what makes it so really cool for them. Aaron Baines is playing the best basketball of his life. He's no longer just a role player. He's somebody that they're looking to give them some scoring, and he's spreading his wings. He's showing the world what he can do in that regard. Frank Kaminsky is several years in. He's out of Charlotte and he's playing well for that team. Dario Saric is starting to find his footing in this league. Guys are just coming to this team at the right time. Kelly Oubre has turned into one of the most consistent players in all of basketball right now, just balling his head off. Ricky Rubio is playing well. He's healthy. He's hitting threes. He's hitting shots. And he's continuing to do what he does best, which is, make plays for others. And, of course, Devin Booker is an all-world scorer, one of the greatest scorers in the game, and a future Hall of Famer as far as I'm concerned. And that's just a few of the players that they've put together. I mean, I really like what they have. Even the Johnson kid that played with Miami, he's several years in. You just got players who are coming to that team and coming together at the right time. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of these guys, you've known them, but they were really young when they were where they were at in their respective teams. Either they were really young, or they were hurt, or they were role players asked to do specific things. And now they've all come to this Phoenix team with very little expectations, and they're all flourishing. And you just have to give credit to their front office and their coaching staff for getting these guys prepared and putting them in a position to really have confidence as they go out there. And they're hitting shots. They're doing what they can. They almost beat the Lakers tonight. If it had not been for some timely three-pointers by Kyle Kuzma down the stretch, I think this game goes the Phoenix way, and their fans are excited. That building was as electric as any building I've heard of all year. And, man, I just want to give the Phoenix Suns a whole lot of credit, man. I really do. Talk about a team that was just awful 2 years ago. A team that was, being considered for a candidate for moving on from Phoenix. Now they look like a team that really can make some noise in the regular season and look like a playoff team to me. So You know, a lot of things got to fall into place. The West is extremely tough, so there are going to be some teams that don't make the playoffs that deserve to. But boy, are the Phoenix Suns getting off to a hot start. And like I said, their players all seem to fit together. Unlike the New York Knicks, their players fit. So, yeah, man, it must be a fun time to be a Phoenix Sun fan. It's definitely a fun time to be a Laker fan, and we were treated to a great game. I'm sorry I didn't see it in live action, but I definitely appreciated what I saw in those highlights. So, yeah, thanks everybody for listening. Shout out to all the Phoenix Suns fans. Shout out to, of course, all my Laker fans, and I'm out. BDF.